Hello. In this short video, I'm going to show you guys how to connect the database to Ready API. So whatever database you install. So in this session, we are going to focus on pgAdmin or PostgreSQL. So first of all, I want to see what kind of data I have available here. So I'm going to type select start from. So and then here I need to put the name of the date or the table I have. So I select a start from customer. Customer is my table name. So it's going to fetch whatever data I have in this table. So it gives me this data, and then it's a lot of data here. But what I want to do, I don't want to use all of these in my Ready API request or data. So first of all, I want to just use first name and the first name column and also customer ID. That's going to be fine. So instead of a star, I would write select customer ID, comma, first name. It should be, I mean, it's case sensitive, so you better write the same thing. So now it's going to show me only the data in these two columns. So select customer ID and first name from customer. So now I got these two data. I want to use these data or some of these data in my Ready API and project. So let's go to the Ready API here. So as you guys may have all these things. So I'm not going to work on these because you may not have them. So first of all, imagine I want to use this request. So because you have them in your computer, so I don't want to go and cover this because I want it to be short just to show you guys how to install it. Okay, first of all, let me show you some prerequisites. So here I created you some important information here. First of all, the database we're going to use is PostgreSQL that you have them installed. So it's pgAdmin. So there are some steps here. The first step, we need to download JDBC driver for Postgres. This is mandatory. So where do we need to? So first we need to download this. This is the link, and you guys need to download this version, 42.2.19. So this is the first thing. For downloading this, I have this is the same link that I have provided here. So you can just go here, and then this is the link that I've provided here. And after you download this, what you need to do, this version 4.2 that I have put here. Step 2 is copy the driver you downloaded to your Ready API location. What's the location? This is the location that you need to go. See program file. There is a folder Smart Payer Ready API that you have installed, and there is a folder called bin and text. So if I want to go there, I will go to my after I download the file, I will go to my drive C program file. Here, Ready API is inside this folder. Even SOAP, the Smart Payer. You open it here, and you have both SOAP UI and Ready API. You go inside Ready API. There's a folder called bin, and inside this folder, there's a folder called ext. When you open it, by default, you have these two, this one and this one. And you copy this one after you download it, and you cut it here. After you cut the jar file that you downloaded, this is the jar file that you're going to download it, okay? Because you would like to use PostgreSQL. So first, you need to download the jar file as I've instructed here. Download the JDBC driver for Postgres. This is the download link. This is the version. After you download it, step 2, copy the driver to your Ready API location. And the location is this that I have provided to you guys. So by default, when you open this folder at the first time, you have these two. Then this is the third one you are going to provide here. So Postgres 4.2.2 and that's the 19. So this is the version you're going to do. Okay, after you do that, then you would need to restart Ready API. So just close the Ready API and then open it again, because if you don't do it, it's not going to recognize this file. So this is the first step, and this second step. After you do it, then step 3, you need to create a connection string. And then this is how we can create connection string: host name, port, database name, username, and password. So, and the step 4 is to place a driver and connection string inside the Ready API. Let's go. Okay, now we have what we have done. We have downloaded this in the API folder, and we have restarted the API, and now we have opened it again. So here in the whatever you decide, so create a story that you have in your computer, current user, secondary, whatever. I would choose this, create a story, and here, or let's use this, get current user. On this request, I'm going to right click, insert step, and I'm going to use data source. I'm going to leave the name as it is. So it asked me, would you like to automatically generate parameter here? No, I don't need them. So I'm going to create it myself. Then I close this. After I close this here, it gives me options to, so usually when we use data source, the reason we use data source is to select a file, and for data-driven testing that I'm gonna create video for you guys about it. But now, where I want to get the data, I want to get the data from a database. So I can get the data from Excel file, Selenium grid, JSON file, or whatever. So these are options that I can use, and I'm gonna cover these for you guys. But the only thing that we're gonna have today is just to get the data from JDBC. So when I click on this, it gives me this option. So let's go to Postgres. So in here that I got 2 tables, see, then this is customer ID and first name. Now I want to use these data and have them all here in my Ready API data source. So what do I need to do? First of all, when I click on this, it asks me for driver. It is very, very important. So I'm going to show you something where to get the driver for Postgres. If you use MySQL, where to get it, and this is the connection string, very important. So first of all, go to File, Preference. When you go to File and Preference, here click on JDBC. This is a very, very important page. So it has 2 sections. The first one is the driver. Whatever driver you need, you can get it from here. And this is the connection string. It shows you what should the connection look like. So for example, if I want to connect through MySQL, I need to get this driver. And then here, so what should the format be? So first, it should be JDBC MySQL, and then I need to provide the host, port, and then the database name, the password, username, or whatever. So now, what we are going to do, we are going to use PostgreSQL because we don't want to connect through MySQL. If you have MySQL, you can use this. If you don't have MySQL, so this video is about PostgreSQL. I can copy this, and then after that I can come here and paste this here. So after I paste this here, I'm gonna delete these parts. So I need it from org.postgres driver. This is what the first thing you need to do. So, and after that, I need this connection string. What is connection string? It's gonna ask me to provide the information. What is the information? So I need to provide the host, port, database name, username, and password. So, and it is asking me what the format should be, especially for Postgres that I'm using. You can come here, again, preference. So this is the format that you need to provide. So I'm going to copy this. I have it, but I'm going to copy it for you guys. So if you come here, so this is the same thing I have. And after I copy this, this is the same thing I have. So I'm going to delete this. The connection string, it asks you, okay, you should put the first, it should be JDBC PostgreSQL because we are going to use PostgreSQL or pgAdmin. The format should be like this. And after that, you should provide the host. This is the format. After that, you should provide the port. After that, you should provide the database name and then the username, whatever the user is, and then the password. So And now I have created the same thing. So what you need to create is the same thing that I've created here for you guys. So this is the first one. You don't want to touch this part. This is the same thing. So this is, you just write down JDBC PostgreSQL. This is the first thing. And then if you are here, you have no idea what the information are. So just come here, properties, connection. So we see here that your local host, your host is localhost. So come here, I got the information. So Maya is localhost. See here it's asked you to provide the host. Mine is the localhost. After that, it is asked you provide the port. So I provided 5432. How I did it? I got the port from here. You can get it the same place. And then it asked me to provide the Postgres, the database name. So after port is the database name. So my database name is Postgres. How can you get it? You can come here and this is the database. You have Postgres, the same thing. And after this, you'd ask for the user. So the user should equal what's your username. So this is the user. My username is Postgres. How do you want to get that? And this is the same thing, username Postgres. You have the same thing, have the same thing. If not, you can just get it from here. And after that, it says provide the password. And then my password is root. So this is what I created according this is string. So, and you can create the same thing. And also, I'm going to copy this for you guys. So whatever I created here, I'm going to copy this and paste here. So the JDBC Postgres, look, my host is local, and then you can just compare it. My port is this number. After that, Postgres is my database name that I got it from here. Again, I'm going to show you. And also, user equal Postgres after this question mark. User. So after this question mark, this is called a string query. It means we are going to filter the data. Where I want to get the data from, I want to get the data from the PostgreSQL that the user is Postgres and the password is root. So this is the driver that we are going to use, and this is the string connection string, which is important. And it asks me again for password. I'm gonna type root. I think it's the same for you guys. Okay, after it's over, now I need to provide the query here. What the query is, I already provided here. So I want to use only these two columns. So I copy this and then I paste it. After I paste it here, I need to bring quick changes. So when I come here, I need to provide the data, the column names here. This is customer ID and first name. So I go here, click, so I create two columns names because I have two columns names here. Okay, the names are optional, whatever name you want to give. So I want to say first for first N for name, for first name, and ID for customer ID. So this is optional, but I need to create these two parameters and where to get the data. Okay, here, what I want to do is select this customer ID and first name from customer. This is the query I have here. I'm going to bring some changes that I need to, because I want to put these two as well. So what I want to do, is select customer ID. After customer ID, I'll say as first in. It means use this parameter and use this parameter for this column. So select customer ID as first name, and also first name. This is first name, and customer ID. I need to provide ID. Maybe this. So select customer ID as ID, and select first name as whatever name you created here for that column. First and so I created two parameters, then I'm going to use these parameters. Customer ID as, I need to use whatever data is inside this customer ID inside under this name. I need to use whatever data is under this column as this name, so that I already created the name as parameters. So now what I need to do first, I can test this if it works. When I click on this, sometimes it works, sometimes not. So another option I have configured this. I click on this. Here, I have the same thing that I provided, the localhost port and this. If I click on this, it should give me success. The connection is successfully tested because I provided information correctly. Okay, now what I need to do here, if I click on this, I need to have the data. So once I click on this, it gives me, if I put this 0, it's gonna show me all the data from here, whatever data I have. See, it's a lot of data. It's almost 500 data. I don't need them. So what I need to do or have, I can type my own choice. I need only 15 rows. When I click on this, and I'm gonna get all the information I have there. So 15 rows or whatever. This is 14, and this start from the first. This is how we connect, we get data from whatever we are using. So this is now pgAdmin. We can use MySQL or whatever. And I hope this works. I'm gonna stop the video here. So after we get this, then we can do the other things that I'm not gonna cover. So we can validate the data, because I don't have this information in my data here, so I cannot validate this. And then I need to validate this, because once I have this information here in my database, I should have them in my any of these information. So I don't have a database called customer, so that's why I cannot validate it. So I hope it was helpful, and if you follow the same procedure, it's gonna work. And whatever information you need, just come right click properties. So just compare these two, and I already provided this link for you guys. You can just see whatever information, if it's different from if anything is different, for example, your password is different, your username is different, your database is different, so you can just replace it and use and copy this string and place it here. This is one thing. Another thing, you can also click here, and if you click on this and you specify a name, db2, okay, and then you can provide the same thing. What's the username here? And you can also go, let's just do it quick for you guys. So what's my username here? My username is Postgres. I'm gonna copy this. So this is my username. What's your password? Root. And here is important. What do you want to use here? For me, PostgreSQL. You got to choose it from here. And after that, this is the host, this is the port, user, Postgres, password, root. What is the database name? Again, mine is Postgres, and yours is Postgres as well. This is the database name. But if it's different, you can see what is your database name. Again, connection, Postgres. Yours should be the same. And then this is the information I provided. Once I test connection, it should work. Excuse me, the connection was, this is successfully. And if I hit OK, it's going to create the new connection for me. So now I have two different connections, both work. This is from this side. And another thing also, you can have whatever data you have in your Postgres here as well. And that was all. I hope it was helpful for you guys. And have a good day.